What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Monday Morning Quarterback Show. I'm here, as always, joined with Buffalo Banter, my other co-host, Shawn Olheim. Back, as always, for another really exciting episode. Me and Shawn are pretty pumped for this one. Again, should have been out yesterday. Me and Shawn are pretty busy people, so we'll move on from that. On this episode, we're going to be doing a Monday Night Football recap between that just entertaining game between the Packers and the Eagles. Our updated top 10 power rankings. We're going to talk about the Giants firing Brian Dable. I'm going to give Shawn some buy or sell takes, and we're going to give our Thursday Night Football prediction for the Pats and Jets game tomorrow night. Shawn, how you doing?
Doing good, brother. Got a just snooze fest of a game on Monday Night Football. Monday Night Football and Thursday Night Football just usually look forward to those days because they're just kind of extra days that we get to watch more football during the week. But man, were they brutal.
Yeah,
Um,
it was bad. It was really bad.
I don't know if Thursday Night Football is going to be much better because I'm expecting the Patriots to blow out the Jets, but you never know, I guess.
Yeah.
Justin Fields might throw for more than 50 yards this game, hopefully. So we'll see what happens, but it should be another fun episode. I'm excited. We got some fun segments today.
Yeah, so before we jump into this, just make sure to drop us a subscription. Me and Shawn, like I said, we love doing this. We're only getting started. We're looking to grow, and you guys have been great. Make sure to go follow us also on TikTok, and make sure to go follow me and Shawn's personal accounts also on TikTok. And yeah, we're having a great time doing this, and we look forward to these. Unfortunately, we're just busy college students, so it's pretty inconsistent, but hopefully we can end up finding a schedule that works for both of us. But
Doing our
again,
best.
exactly. Just make sure to go drop a sub for the boys. And we're just getting started here. But on to the Monday Night Football reaction. I was really looking forward to this game. And I remember when we were talking about it, we were like, we got to go in on Monday. Finally, a good primetime game. And it's like, could that game have gone worse? Like, that might have been like, I think I enjoyed watching the Raiders Broncos game more than that game, Shawn. Nah. It was
I don't
pretty
know.
close.
I mean, this game at least you kind of had like the potential of something good to happen, but I don't know. It was just another snooze fest of a game for a game that I agree with you. I was super excited for. You got two of the best teams in the NFC, and neither offense could do a thing. It seemed like.
Yeah, I mean, just hopping right into it. Before I even talk about the game, one of the bigger podcasts me and Shawn actually tuned into is a massive game for the Pick Aside podcast. Joel Moran, new Packers fan. He was at the game, big loss. But just jumping right into the quarterback stats here. Jalen Hurts, 15 to 26, a buck 83, one touchdown. Once again, not incorporating AJ Brown to the offense. I thought Hurts played okay. I don't think he was great. I don't think he was bad. I think he just played average. Jordan Love, on the other hand, again, no picks, but watching the film and just hearing from a lot of in-depth Packers pages didn't sound like Jordan. I mean, I watched the entire game and I did watch some film. Jordan Love did not play a good game at all. And there was some drops from the receivers, 100%. Christian Watson dropped the pass. There was some penalties as well. Romeo Dobbs dropped no, not Romeo Dobbs. Bo Melton dropped a pretty big pass on a pretty clutch play, but Jordan Love's pocket presence is very inconsistent. He gets jumpy. I think he takes. I don't really know how to put it. He's not great in the pocket. Just to keep it plain and simple. And again, the receivers aren't great. Not a lot of consistent separation downfield, but he was missing wide open reads. I remember specifically in one, there was a cover 2 hole shot. Romeo Dobbs was wide open on a post corner, and Jordan Love didn't see it. And I believe he just ran. I think he either A, took a sack, or B, kind of scrambled up the middle for like 5 yards. There was another route. Romeo Dobbs wide open, running a dig in the middle of the field, and Jordan Love just ran like 4 or 5 yards when he had a receiver wide open. He didn't process well, didn't read the field well. That LaFleur does not call a good game, just from watching, especially on prime time. Now, I do see it myself, but not a lot of explosiveness on this offense, and their O-line can't stay healthy. Elton Jenkins got hurt again. I mean, it seems like he gets hurt at least a couple times a season. He's such a talented player. Tucker Kraft, missing him, huge, obviously, and obviously no Matthew Golden either. But pitiful game from both offenses, really. The Eagles just came up clutch at the end with that throw from Jalen Hurts and Devontae Smith, which was a little bit underthrown, but with a receiver like Devontae Smith, that's what you're going to get. And both defenses are great. Micah, another pretty quiet night. He did get some pressures on Jalen Hurts, but overall, I thought both defenses played really well. I thought Jalen Carter had himself a really good game, showed his presence, tipping a lot of balls at the line. Um, and another thing too, I was talking to Shawn about this. The Eagles' offensive line, when you think of it, like, oh, the Eagles, they got dominant offensive line. They don't get the same push as they have in prior years, especially on the run game. You see the gaps are really open, and Saquon's still making the right reads on runs. There just isn't much there. Landon Dickerson, I think, is injured. Lane Johnson, he got hurt this game. I think Fred Johnson came in for him. He got a couple penalties when he came in. But overall, just boring, miserable, vanilla game, and that's pretty much my full summary for it.
Yeah, one of the main things I'm kind of looking at is um the running game. Honestly, both of these teams are both very run game dependent in their offenses, and you got Saquon Barkley who had 22 carries. Okay, you see Barkley had 22 carries, you're like, okay, he must have had a good game. He only had 60 yards. He had 2.7 yards per carry.
Yep.
Which, I mean, you just talked about the offensive line obviously not you know meeting expectations in the run game. And then on the other side, Josh Jacobs, 21 carries, and then he had 74 yards, which isn't as bad, but I know that's not really Josh Jacobs' game to average like 5 or 5.5 a carry. But again, only averaged 3.5 per carry. Added a touchdown at least, which gave the Packers a score at least. But I mean, when you look at these run games, I mean, even in the pass game for the Packers too, like their leading receiver, Christian Watson, he had 2 catches for 45 yards. It's just they're not explosive enough on offense to really beat an Eagles defense like this. I thought Jalen Phillips played really well too in his first game for the Eagles. He was
really good.
He was a freak.
Of course.
Did you see what AJ Brown said
Yes.
today or on a stream or whatever?
I was gonna bring that up.
Yeah, I mean, we don't like to be like fantasy football dependent on how we monitor players, but I mean, the guy only had 2 catches for 13 yards. Like, he's one of the most talented receivers in the NFL, obviously, but for how good he is, they don't get him the ball enough. And
he doesn't want to be there. It just doesn't seem like he wants to be there.
But he keeps saying he wants to be there, but it's just it doesn't see. I'm not feeling that same energy. I don't know. They need to find ways to get the ball in his hand. They need to find ways to get more push in the run game on the offensive line if this offense wants to be better, because the way I see it, the Eagles offense right now is not good enough to make a run at another Super Bowl.
Yeah. The thing is if it does click though, the defense is so damn good. Did you see Jair Alexander's like stepping away from football, by the way, for like to get his mind right? So I mean, obviously, hopefully all is well there. Like, you never want to see that, especially with what just happened with Marshawn Neal. Prayers up to his family. We never really got to bring that up. That's absolutely horrible. The Cowboys are doing a great thing for his girlfriend though, which is great to see. But you always want to be careful with people mentally. So obviously prayers up to Jair. But like you said, Jalen Phillips, another trade deadline acquisition. He played amazing, forced fumble all over the field, bunch of tackles.
Yep.
Of course, another just unbelievable trade by the Eagles. But I know we just talked about him, but they need to find a way to get AJ Brown more involved. And I know it's a little bit easier said than done, but it's like, I just next game, I want the Eagles to just drop a play where it's just a simple slant, just to get him going, just to get confidence back. And because obviously we know AJ Brown's a top 10 talented wide receiver in the league. It just, their offense is I'm gonna say it. It's so boring, dude. And I know this has nothing to do with it, but we saw again a clear false start on the tush push. I mean, not even close, dude. But a very vanilla offense that doesn't get their most talented receiver involved, excuse me. And for the Packers, I think Jordan Love threw the ball 6 times in the first half, which is pretty unacceptable in Matt LaFleur's hands. But then the second half, they did throw the ball more, and Jordan Love did not look good at all, missing reads, like I said.
Yeah, but you have to start that early in the game. Like,
No,
you can't throw 6 passes in the first half and expect them to come out in the second half slinging the ball around. Like, you got to get both. Obviously, they're in the run game involved. That's all they do. But you have to get the pass game involved early, or else he's not going to get into a flow later in the game.
So, a side topic me and Shawn had on this is, who are the Packers? Like, who are the Packers, Shawn? Who do you believe this team is? Where do you think their ceiling they could go is at this current moment?
Ceiling? Dude, with how good the NFC is right now, like there's so many good looking teams right now in the NFC. I don't know if they get past the divisional round. I mean, I'm looking at teams like the Rams,
We're
the
talking
Seahawks.
we're talking right now, by the way. So relax with this could change, but we're talking
No, yeah,
right.
no doubt. But like you look at the Rams, the Seahawks, they just lost to the Eagles. They only put up 7 points on the Eagles. Like there's just so many. I watch some of these teams like the Seahawks and the Rams and them, and I'm just like, they are such a better team than the Packers. And I know the Packers defense played well, but you need Micah to get going too. I mean, he's been almost
Visible.
invisible the past
And
2 games.
Micah's great, but
Wait,
obviously you need
what'd you say?
obviously Micah's great, but
No, yeah, but you need him to like, you know, get more consistent every game. But the way I see it at this current moment, I don't know if they get past the divisional.
I don't think they have enough game-breaking players on offense. Like, who's a game-breaking
That
player
too
on their Tucker Kraft, I guess you could say was, but obviously he's out for
doesn't
the year.
matter
But
anymore. Yeah,
who's a game-breaking player on that? Matthew Golden, like obviously game breaker talent, but the way he's incorporated, he's not a game breaker on that offense.
yeah.
I don't even I like I don't know. I think Romeo Dobbs, all due respect to him, he's a good player. He's not a game breaker. Josh Jacobs, he's declining a little bit. I don't think it's all on him, but he doesn't look like himself. Jordan Love, sorry, the dude's been as inconsistent as you could possibly be throughout to start a season. Just up and down games. It's been more good than bad. He hasn't really been bad. It's just been like mediocre for who you want Jordan Love to be in some games. But I agree. I think right now at this current moment, I think the absolute ceiling for them is AFC Championship. I mean NFC Championship. But at the start of the season, me and Shawn, we talked about it. We thought the Packers were maybe the favorites in the NFC, and they're probably the fourth or fifth team right
Especially
now.
after that first game.
Maybe lower than that. Excuse me, just how they're playing, but they're so far. I mean, so far this season, you lost to the Panthers like at home when you're favored by 14, and then you got a big spot next week. You got a big game on primetime. You can show out against the Eagles, and you put up 7 points. Offense looks sluggish, and you tie with Dallas. Just been a very weird year for a team that we thought would be one of the best teams in the league. So right now, not super high on the Green Bay Packers. That could change again. But the next segment, me and Shawn are pretty excited for this one. We're going to move on to our top 10 power rankings going into week 11, by the way, which is crazy. Can't believe it's going. I know we say this every
It's going
week,
way
but
too
like,
fast, bro.
going way too fast. But our top 10 power rankings going into week 11. Me and Shawn have not discussed this, by the way. Like, this is like, we don't know who has who so far. So right now, we're gonna start with an honorable mention. I'll go first with my honorable mention. Pretty on cue. Green Bay Packers are my honorable mention. They were pretty signed and sealed top 10 team for me every week of the season, even when they lost to the Panthers up until this week. It's just I've seen enough. I need them to be more consistent to put them in the top 10 on offense, and their defense has been good. Obviously, but right now the Packers are my honorable mention. Shawn?
Yeah, honorable mention. Crazy to say, I have the Chiefs. I don't think they've been consistent enough to be a top 10 team. Like some weeks they look as explosive as they ever do, and then some weeks, they put up a stinker like they did against the Bills. I mean, um, their defense has been firing on all cylinders, and then the Bills put up 28 on them. Mahomes didn't look as good. Am I saying that, they're not one of the top AFC teams to be looking out for? Absolutely not. But just the way that they're playing right now, there's frustration there. They've been inconsistent. I don't think they're um I don't think they're using Xavier Worthy enough either, just with his speed. He's obviously a little bit of a gadget player, but I mean, he had, I think, 2 catches against the Bills in a key game. You just got to get him going in some of those games. So I have the Chiefs honorable mention.
Maxwell Harrison straps, baby.
2 picks in 3 games. Let's go.
All right, so me and Shawn are already gonna have very different lists, by the way. So my number 10 spot. By the way, I kind of rank these teams with a couple different reasons. My like whether it's they can like if they can contend for a Super Bowl and just how they're playing so far this season. It's kind of a mix of both. My number 10 team, I have the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I still think Tampa's a great team. We see how badly the injuries are hurting them. I do trust this defense. When it all comes down to it, but you need another separator on the outside with Emeka Ibuka, whether it's Godwin or Evans, and it really is hurting them. As good as Baker is, and they need Bucky Irving back so goddamn badly because Sean Tucker and Rashad White just aren't going to cut it, unfortunately, unless you're playing the Patriots. But uh, nonetheless, Tampa's still a good team. They're going to win that division. And once they get healthy, this team could really compete with any team in the NFC when they're firing on all cylinders, I think, on offense and defense at their ceiling. But again, they're maybe the most injured team star power wise in the NFL. So at this current moment, I have Tampa Bay at number 10.
Number 10, I have the Packers. Like kind of like you mentioned, just so much inconsistency there. I think Jacobs is declining a little bit. Their defense is obviously one of the best in the NFL, but not a true game breaker on offense if they don't have Kraft, who I think was really the engine that got their offense going. But if they can get consistent on offense, I really like this team. I think they have top 5 upside, but just back-to-back bad losses where they're not putting up enough points, I have to rank them a little bit lower.
Yep. At number 9, I might catch some flack for this one, Shawn. But again, I told you I'm ranking on how far I think this team could go and how they're playing right now. I have the Denver Broncos at number 9. I understand this team is playing for not actually. No, they're not. They're winning games, is what I should say. And like I said, I'd sound like a hypocrite if I took that away, and that matters. I'm sorry, Bo Nix. He's not good. He's not good. He cannot. Bo Nix cannot. I said it. Bo Nix cannot lead this team anywhere past maybe the divisional round. Even if the Broncos are the 1 seed or the 2 seed, if they play the Chiefs in the first round, they're not winning that game. They have a Super Bowl caliber defense. Sean Payton's been pretty mediocre this year. Their offensive line's unbelievable. But I'm sorry, when it all comes down to it, the quarterback's the most important position. And I think the Broncos, in my opinion, they're going to start struggling down the stretch. They have a really, really tough schedule coming up. I think they play the Chiefs this weekend, if I'm not mistaken. And the quarterback's 50% of the battle. And Bo Nix, to me, not the guy. But I can't have this team anywhere lower than that just because they are 8-2. They have an unbelievable defense. But if you guys know me and you guys follow this podcast, you guys know I am not high on Bo Nix whatsoever. And that matters. And I'm sorry. I have the Broncos at number 9. I don't trust them in the playoffs yet with Bo Nix at quarterback. But man, that defense is so good.
Number 9, I have the Bills. They have not been playing good, in my opinion. The losing to Miami by 17 is just embarrassing. Even the Panthers game, it's just the Panthers. I think the defense really stepped up that game. But just too much inconsistency. The Bills, Josh Allen's not playing at his best right now. He's trying to put on the Superman cape, which he didn't even do that much last year, and they were in just a better spot last year. Whenever he tries to do that, they end up hurting themselves. The defense is showing flashes. I think Cole Bishop is really starting to come on. Harrison, we already talked about. He has 2 picks in 3 games. I think he's been playing really good. He's been a ball hawk. But my main concerns are on offense. They don't have a wide receiver they can rely on. And I truly think they miss an opportunity to make an impact splash at the trade deadline. I don't know if their wide receiver core is good enough to, make a Super Bowl run. I hope I'm wrong as a Bills fan, but just the way they're playing right now, I don't like it. So I have them at 9.
Yeah, and they got McCole Hardman though, so you never know.
Add them to the wide receiver 4 through 6 group that they already have.
At number 8, I have the Bills. Again, I know it feels crazy having them above the Broncos right at this current moment, but you guys all know why. The quarterback matters at the end of the day, and Josh Allen has proven it in the playoffs. And like I said, obviously the Broncos, they're a better team than Buffalo. Shawn can admit that. Their overall roster is better. Their defense is miles better than them. But the quarterback is the reason why I have the Bills here. And I'm giving this take one more week on the Bills, Chiefs, everything. The quarterbacks do matter to me. You guys see how much I value them, obviously, in my power rankings, and you're going to continue to see that. But Right now, I have the Bills in 8. They're not playing good football. I'm worried about their game against the Bucks this weekend. I'm worried about the defense. I'm worried about the wide receiver core. Josh Allen and James Cook and the offensive line are the only things holding this team afloat right now, in my opinion. But when you have a guy that good back there running the team, anything can happen. So I have the Bills at 8. But man, their defense sucks.
Yeah, and I have the Buccaneers. I love Baker Mayfield. Absolutely love him.
That's
Outside
Sean's
of the
guy.
outside of the Bills, he's one of my favorite players in the NFL. Him and Josh Allen also have a thing. I don't know if you saw it. They were like beefing through interviews today. Baker made a tweet, or not a tweet. Baker made a comment where he was just saying how like Josh Allen has small hands, that he has to use like a walkie-talkie to like talk to him because Josh is like 6'10". And
Did not see
then
that.
then Josh made a comment that Baker golfs with 2 gloves. It's just funny beef. But besides the point, when the Bucks have Bucky Irving, I mean, they obviously have one of the best run games in the NFL. Got a great backfield with him and Baker. This team would be higher, I think, if they had Mike Evans, but I truly don't love their receiver core outside of Ibuka right now. Just not as explosive, obviously. Obviously very banged up on both sides, but still a very good contending team. If they can get healthy down the stretch, I think they can make a run at the Super Bowl, to be honest. But at the current moment, coming off a loss too, I have my 8.
Okay. At number 7, I could receive some flack for this, but I am staying consistent to my take. I have the Kansas City Chiefs. And let me just say this. This is the last week I will have the Chiefs anywhere this high, because if they lose to Denver, I'm done. Because this is all prediction based, because this is a 5-4 team. So realistically, they have zero business being in this conversation. But when you have 15, when you have Andy Reid, I'm sorry, it matters. And I'm going to stand by my take as a quarterback. At the end of the day, the playoff experience means a lot. And right now, the Bills really don't have any business being above Denver or Tampa right now. But I value the quarterback so much and the experience as well. And if the Chiefs lose to the Broncos this weekend, they're out of the top 10. I'm kind of cutting their Super Bowl run maybe out, because
They'll
this
still be the favorites.
of course, but to me, I I I I'm almost a little too scared to bet against Andy Reid and Patrick Mahomes still.
Oh
I
yeah.
understand, I understand they're a 5-4 team, and it sucks to have them at 7. And I hate it. But this is the last week I'm giving it to them. But they have Patrick Mahomes. So annoying, I know. They have Andy Reid. Would it surprise me if they went out? Absolutely not, and it would suck. But this is still the winningest team in football. And we saw the Patriots with Tom Brady have, starts to the year like this, and win Super Bowls. So until the Chiefs lose, if they lose this weekend, but until then, I still have Mahomes at number. I pretty much have Mahomes at number 7.
Number 7, I have the Lions. This is one of the best offenses in the NFL when they're firing on all cylinders. Maybe the best running back duo. Golf coming off of a loss, I think he's averaging like over 250 yards per game and like 3 or 4 touchdowns. I mean, you can't consider that like completely when doing these power rankings, but like I think it's important, like coming off of a loss like that, it's important being able to bounce back. Jahmyr Gibbs, obviously one of the most explosive running backs in the NFL.
Yep.
You got Aiden Hutchinson back this year. He's been an absolute freak for them. This Lions team is looking really good. I think had a really nice bounce back win against the Commanders this week after a really bad loss against the Vikings. So I have my 7.
Yeah, it seems like we're just one spot. I have the Lions at number 6. Like you said, again, the playoff experience, big thing for me. Dan Campbell, Jared Goff, they all got experience. This is an experienced team. It's all about what you do in the playoffs. The regular season, again, for this team, you just kind of got to get there in a tough division. The offense is so damn good, and the defense, when it's healthy, is pretty good. And they're getting DJ Reed back, I think, kind of soon. Aiden Hutchinson is awesome. Ali McNeil, their defensive line is so good. Tyleek Williams, Ali McNeil, Aiden Hutchinson, it's so good. And their offense, when it's on, it's the best in the league. It's so scary when Jared Goff's clicking. And like you said, Shawn, off a loss, you don't want to play this team.
Yep.
And again, when they're clicking on all cylinders, they might be the scariest team in football. So I have the Lions at number 6.
Number 6, I have the Broncos. Matt already touched on it. This is completely carried by their defense.
Yep.
Um, obviously elite, but I've seen people say it like this, and I really like the way that they say it. Bo Nix is holding this team back. Like
He is.
he is the one that is holding this team back from being a legit contender, which is funny because a lot of people truly believe that like he's like the best quarterback out of that class of 2024. But I mean, I
What?
just when I
Who?
there's people that say that, bro. I see it on
God.
social media. You know that thing where people say like last year the conversation was Knicks versus Daniels. This year it's May
Oh,
versus Knicks. Notice the consistency. So I don't
Bo
know.
Nix, Bo Nix is a bottom 10 quarterback in the NFL.
I'm just saying this is completely carried by their defense. I think they could win them a playoff game or two, but Bo Nix truly is holding this team back. So I have
It's a
them at
great way to
6.
put it. It's a
They
great
have
way to put
they
it.
have one. They have maybe they're tied for the best record in the NFL, but I have them at 6.
Yeah, and like me and Shawn said, it's the quarterback that's holding them back. I'm sorry. Like Bo Nix, like what was that game against the Raiders, bro? And then like I'm sorry, like besides the Cowboys and Bengals game, like or no, Cowboys and what other team do you have a good game against? He had a really and like the Eagles come back, Giants
The
fourth
Giants
quarter,
come back, yeah.
but it's like Bo Nix, not me and Shawn, clearly not high on him, and I don't think a lot of people should be. At number 5, this is where I have the Colts, another 8-2 team, and the top 5 for me, it's like if you question the positioning here, it's like, dude, you're a top 5 team. Like it's like for me with the Colts with
Top
four
5
and
is so interchangeable, like,
with
just
four
looking at it.
with 4 and 5, I kind of have the same reasoning of why they're not higher. It's based on just inexperience. You know what I mean? The Colts inexperienced team. Daniel Jones doesn't look great. Hasn't looked great these past 2 weeks, but they might have the best player in the NFL and Jonathan Taylor on their team. They just got Sauce Gardner. Forget about the future. Talk about the now. Their defense looks good with Sauce Gardner, Kenny Moore, Charvarius Ward when he's healthy. That's a pretty damn good cornerback room. And then they got their pass rush is pretty inconsistent, but offensively, Shane Steichen's doing an amazing job with Daniel Jones, and Jonathan Taylor's, like I said, maybe the best player in football. Their offensive line's been great. Um, Couple of shaky games the past 2, losing to Pittsburgh and then you know, not playing great against Atlanta, turning the ball over again. But again, how could you have the Colts any less than number 5 right now? Their offense, I think, is still the best in the league. Maybe the Rams are ahead of them now, but nonetheless, they're a top 3 offense. And they have one of the best offensive minds in football. And they're this team, they're still continuing to win ball games. So I have Jonathan Taylor and the Colts at number 5.
Jonathan Taylor. Um, Number 5, I have the Eagles. I think that Matt knows my opinions on Jalen Hurts, and he's starting to pick up on him a little bit. I don't love him. Um, I understand he just brought them to a Super Bowl. Well, kind of. He was the quarterback on the team that brought them to the Super Bowl. Uh, Obviously, they're still playing very good football. I look at games like this where, like what we just talked about against the Packers, where they put up 10 points, and it's like these types of games are the reason Jalen Hurts gets hate is because they win games like this, but it's not because of him. But then everyone automatically goes to the argument that he's a winner, which at the end of the day, you need to win. Like the goal of the NFL is to win games and get to the Super Bowl, but it's not because of Hurts. I don't love what Barkley's doing this year. Like we've talked about, their offensive line is not getting the push that it had last year. Their defense, obviously, still very, very good. Obviously, just added Jalen Phillips, and he's helping out a lot with the pass rush that has been struggling.
Mm-hmm.
But
And Michael Carter.
I don't have this team as high because their offense has not been as explosive, and I don't think they're using AJ Brown enough to, as one of the best wide receivers in the NFL, you need to use that guy more. And if he's not one of the focal points of their offense, I can't put him that high.
Yep, I agree. I mean, great stuff there, Shawn. Like me and Shawn said, I mean, there's not really like a team that's like the clear best. So it's like you could argue a lot of this top 5. At number 4, I have my New England Patriots. And the sole reason is the inexperience. Because there's not a team right now playing better than the Pats. Pretty much the only experience on their team they have is Mike Vrabel and Stephon Diggs. It's a very, very young team, which is obviously super exciting. Drake May clicking on all cylinders. They should get another win tomorrow. We'll get into that. Mike Vrabel, arguably coach of the year, maybe should be the favorite in my opinion. The defense elite, or the run defense elite. The secondary shaky at times, but when it all comes down to it, your man-on-man corners are so good. And everybody's playing super well in this offense. Mac Hall, you're getting good games from Mac Hollins, Pop Douglas, Stephon Diggs, obviously, Kayshon Boutte when he's healthy, Travion Henderson starting to come along. The O line it's not elite, but it's night and day difference from last year. It went from the worst in the league to at least above average. And you have the MVP of the league, arguably elevating your team. And like I said, there's not a team. I think the Pats are the best coach, one of the best coach teams in the NFL. I mean, just the brand of football they've been putting out there every weekend. It's unbelievable how disciplined this team has gone from week one to now. Josh McDaniels, best defensive mind. I mean, one of the best offensive minds in football. Mike Vrabel, such a great leader. This team is so locked in. Mike Vrabel, I don't know if you saw this, Shawn. He asked if they wanted to end the meeting like 30 minutes early because and they literally all said no immediately. He asked if they want to practice inside in the bubble. They said no, we want to get ready for the cold weather. This team is so damn locked in. The only reason I don't have them higher is because of inexperience. But man, oh man, it's exciting. And I have the Pats at number 4. I could talk about them for years. Obviously, it's so exciting, but I have the Pats at number 4.
Number 4, I have the Colts. This is more of a prediction. I would have them higher, but it's more of a prediction based thing. I don't know if I can see Daniel Jones really leading a team down into a deep playoff run. Obviously, they're doing incredible things right now. Tied for the best record in football. Jonathan Taylor, like you mentioned, might just be the best player in football. I mean, the guy just ran for 250 yards this past week.
Three touchdowns.
Yeah, 3 touchdowns. Like, the guy is just putting up video game numbers, but their defense obviously playing great. They just got one of the best corners in the NFL, but I just like we said, we value quarterbacks, and I don't know if Daniel Jones is the guy that can lead a team to a Super Bowl.
I agree with you.
He hasn't been playing bad, but I know Matt already touched on it. Hasn't been playing great these past few weeks. I don't know if it's a sign of things to come. Obviously, not every quarterback is going to play perfect every week. We've seen that with multiple guys, but I don't know. I just, at the end of the day, is Daniel Jones leading a team to a Super Bowl run? I don't think so. So that's the reason I have them a little bit lower, even though they have tied for the best record in football.
Yeah, I agree. But I want to say this too, because people are going to be, Daniel Jones has been clearly
significantly better.
Clearly better than Bo Nix, first of all. And second of all, the Colts offense as a whole is just a better operation. Even play calling. I think Shane Steichen's done a better job.
Yeah.
I think Daniel Jones is first number 1 in the league in first read. So that means the plays are getting drawn up really well from Shane Steichen. But that does worry me in a sense. If you take Daniel Jones' first read away,
I mean, if he's up on it, then he'll be.
He could panic from there. But I want to make this very clear. He's been night and day difference better than Bo Nix. So there's
a reason Daniel Jones was getting MVP talks, and Bo Nix isn't even close to being in those talks.
God, no. Number 3, kind of a boring pick. I have the Eagles solely because of experience, and they're obviously still a great team. Shawn, you covered all of it pretty much. The offense, it's boring, but they get the job done, and the defense is still elite. Their corners are so good. Quinyon Mitchell is so damn good. Their linebackers, Bond and Campbell, ridiculous. Nolan Smith, finally healthy. And just an overall great defense overall. The offense, inconsistent, very, and they're not great. They're below average, but I think when it all does come down to it, when you have the talent that the Eagles have, it's going to win you games at some point. We saw it against the Vikings, with A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith, Saquon Barkley, that alone right there, they're going to win you games, and it's the experience for me. Jalen Hurts' numbers on paper look fine, but again, they barely throw the ball. They don't really push the ball downfield. So you kind of got to watch the film more. They're just a very vanilla offense, but again, they're 8-2 or 7-2. I have them at number 3. They're the experienced team. They won the Super Bowl last year. It'd be disrespectful for me not to have them there.
Number 3, I have one of the most exciting teams in the NFL right now. I have the Seahawks. I love watching this team. I mean, it seems like JSN's putting up 100 yards at least every game, and literally not a team can stop it. No. He is every time I look at a box score after I watch a game of a Seahawks game, JSN's the leading receiver by miles. And it's you would think that offense
problem, by the way.
I know you would think that defenses would be able to pick up on it, but Like, you can double team him. I watched the Commanders double team him too during that game. It did not matter. Like, he can burn absolutely anybody. He obviously elevated by Darnold is elevating him. He's elevating Darnold. It's going both ways. Darnold's having an incredible year as well.
Mhm.
Um, Outside of JSN, I don't know how great their receiving core is. Cooper Cup, kind of nearing the back end of his career.
They got Shaheed.
Um, they did get Shaheed. He was a non-factor. Not that he really needed to be a factor in this game. I mean, they were up 28-0 after the first quarter, but um, Torrey Horton's looked solid as well. But their pass rush has been incredible too. I think their
Yeah.
secondary is great. Just one of the best teams in the NFL right now. I think they're really fun to watch too.
Yeah, and it's funny because Shaw, I looked at Sam Darnold's box score after the game, like, oh, he threw the ball 10 times, and like JSN hits like 95 yards. I'm like, okay, so it's
Yep.
just it's pretty funny, but leads into my point. I have the Seahawks at number 2. Their defense is so good, and there's been multiple games now where I understand they're not good teams, but they are winning games so early where they don't have to do anything. Like the Commanders game, the Cardinals game, the Saints game at the beginning of the year.
Yep.
Like they're embarrassing teams. Um, People had this team ranked in like the low 20s before the season. I never understood it. I didn't think they were going to be this good. I thought they were going to be a middle of the pack team. Sam Darnold is good. Like, he's good. The Jets are just a poverty franchise that can't develop quarterbacks, obviously, but Sam Darnold is really, really damn good. If Stafford and May weren't people and Jonathan Taylor, he'd definitely have considerations to win the MVP. But nonetheless, Seattle defense, unbelievable. Reek Woolen, I understand he has his struggles, but if he's a backup cornerback for you, you're in a pretty good spot in your secondary.
Yep.
With Witherspoon and Julian Love. And I absolutely love that this team. They're so well coached, by the way. Mike
Yep.
McDonald is such a good coach. So I have the Seahawks at number 2. How could you not?
Number 2, I have the New England Patriots. I know Matt's gonna like that ranking that high. They just it literally feels like they're playing flawless right now. And you can say what you want about their schedule. They've played 2 good teams and they've beat both. They've played 2 upper echelon teams in the Bills and the Bucks, and they beat them both on the road. So it doesn't matter what their first off, they can't control their schedule.
Yeah.
Second off, it doesn't matter who they play. It's hard to win in the NFL. And obviously Drake May is playing at an MVP level. I mean, his deep ball is beautiful to watch. I don't even you can correct me. Diggs isn't even like their leading receiver right now.
No, he
Or is
is.
he? Oh, okay.
Yeah, he is.
But I mean, you're still getting high end
spread out, though.
you're getting high end production out of Kayshawn Boutte, Demario Douglas. Like, there's just so many weapons that they're able to, scheme with. Mac Hollins, I miss him. But I mean, just if you're getting great production out of him too, obviously great offensive mind with Josh McDaniels. Their defense has been amazing. I mean, their first 50-yard rusher somehow was Sean Tucker of all people. They faced some incredible running backs, but he was the first guy to do it somehow. We'll see if Brees Hall can do that tomorrow night, but we'll see how that goes. But yeah, the Patriots, they're just playing flawless for the most part right now. I don't really see how you could have them. I mean, even their 2 losses, first week of the year against the Raiders, anything can happen in week 1. Second week, Ramondre Stevenson decided to fumble the ball 10 times that game. So they've turned the ball over 5 times and lost by 1 score. That game could have obviously gone the other way very easily. So I think the Patriots are playing as one of the best teams in the NFL right now.
Yeah, and I mean, kind of like I said when I was talking about them too, like, there's no one playing better than the Pats. Like, there's no one playing better than them. I'm just solely doing that because of experience. But if we're just doing with how they're playing, they're number 1 right now, to be honest. But my number 1 team, me and Shawn both agree on this, it's the Rams. I mean, their offense is so good. I mean, another guy, Puka, you look at him, it's like he had his like worst game last week. What do you have? Like 8 catches, I think.
I think he had like 65 yards on like 6 catches
and a touchdown. So it's like,
yep.
That's his floor. Matthew Stafford, MVP level. Their pass rush is so good. I worry about the secondary a little bit, but again, like,
Yeah.
I'm nitpicking a little bit. They got Roger McCreary from Tennessee, but their offense could literally score 45 points a game. Like, they're that good. And Kyron Williams has been way more efficient on the ground this year. They're so well coached. I'm gonna be honest. There's not a team I'd be more scared to play right now than the Rams. Like, they're genuinely off. Their offense. Matthew Stafford looks like he's like 28 years old. Like, he looks so good. And he had back problems going into the year. I was a little worried about that. And man, oh man, the Rams they're so good. Devontae Adams, unbelievable. Him and Puka Nakua are just so unbelievably good. And they're a scary team. And if their defense can really figure it out in the secondary a little bit better, I don't think there's a team beating them right now.
The guy's a 25-2 touchdown interception ratio. I obviously I have the Rams at number 1 too. I mean, I just watched them play the 49ers and they dropped, I think, what was it, 42?
44, I think.
Or doesn't matter. I mean, like you mentioned, Puka had his worst game of the year and they still dropped 44 points. Like, just goes to show how dangerous their offense is. Devontae Adams obviously having a great year too. Seems like he's never gonna age. I mean, just watching him like watching his release off the line is just a thing of beauty.
I know.
He feels like you can't guard him on like a slant or anything. Obviously you mentioned Kyron Williams too. I was gonna mention this secondary is probably the only thing I'm a little bit concerned about them, but you got great guys on the edge like Byron Young and Jared Verse. So
Byron Young is good.
oh, he's been incredible.
He's so good.
There's not many flaws on this team right now. When you have a quarterback playing at the level that Matthew Stafford is right now, there's not much you can really ask for. You can't really ask for much more.
No, they're really good. It's pretty much all. They're really, really, really good. So that's me and Shawn's top 10. I kind of thought we were gonna agree on the top team. Let us know what you guys think in the comments below. And these like we said, these Tuesday episodes are kind of just gonna be like a mix of different events, Shawn.
I'd like to add another honorable mention because I kind of feel like I kind of forgot about them. The Chargers are playing very good as well.
Yes, okay. I was gonna
they would likely be top 10 if they had their offensive tackle duo, but not
Yes,
having Joe Alt and Rashawn Slater might kill them. But
I
Herbert's
feel
playing incredible right now.
I feel bad because they are winning, but
And they're down Hampton too.
when it comes down to it, their injuries are just gonna kill them. And Herbert's been great, but
Yeah.
like you said, offensive line injuries are gonna absolutely kill them, be the death of them. Before we get into the next segment, make sure you guys drop a subscription to me and Shawn's podcast. Like I said before, make sure to go follow our personal accounts. It's really helping us out. We're having a great time so far, and we want to continue to do this for you guys. And hopefully, we can find a consistent schedule. But again, thank you guys for showing all the support you guys have so far. Our next segment we're going to move into is buy or sell takes. So I have 6 takes for Shawn here, and I'd like to hear your guys' answers as well in the comments. But this is the Monday Morning Quarterback Show's buy or sell statements going into Week 11. The first statement: the Chicago Bears will make the playoffs.
Man, putting me right on the spot here.
Yep.
I mean, they're 6-3 right now, man. I'm gonna say, yeah, I buy it. They're 6-3 right now. They likely need to win 4 more games. Let me look at the rest of their schedule. I like the direction that the duo of Caleb Williams and Ben Johnson are headed into. But I mean,
so inaccurate though.
I know, but
it's so frustrating.
They have a tough schedule coming up, man. They got Minnesota, Pittsburgh, Philadelphia, Green Bay, Cleveland, Green Bay, San Francisco, and Detroit. That's a gauntlet. Do they win 4 of those 8 games?
7. Wait. Yeah, 8.
Yeah, it'd be 4 of those last 8. Oh, man.
You gotta think with the teams behind them too. I think the only threat behind them to really push them is maybe the 49ers or the Vikings, but the Niners are so banged up.
I'm not buying in on the Vikings. I don't
know. But can I just make this clear? If it's everybody, if the Bears make the playoffs, they're getting annihilated in the first round. Annihilated.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna buy this strictly because, like you just mentioned, the teams behind them. I don't see the Vikings being a playoff team. If I'm being honest, I don't think McCarthy's gonna lead them to that unless he really takes a big jump. But the Bears are 6-3 right now. They're in a good spot. They have a tough schedule coming up, but they're gonna have to win, maybe 3, at least 4 of those games. But I like the direction they're headed in with Caleb Williams and Ben Johnson. If Williams can become like 5% more accurate, I think they're a lot better too. I'd like to see a little more out of their defense too.
Yeah,
but
stinks.
They need to find some more consistency down the line, but I think I'm buying it.
The next take, the New England Patriots will win the AFC East.
Like get the number 1 seed?
No, they'll win the AFC East.
Yeah, I'm buying it. I mean, I'm not just saying this because like I'm not trying to say this just to be a jerk, but like their schedule is fairly favorable, like down
Yeah,
the stretch, and just with
obviously.
how
Yeah.
good they're playing right now, um,
They
they're
got through
one
their hardest games besides the Ravens. They got through their
right,
hardest
and they're
games.
one of the hottest teams in the NFL. I'm buying it. The Bills have a very tough schedule coming down the stretch. It wouldn't surprise me if they lost 2 or 3 more games this season. I don't see the Bills making up. They're done 1.5 games right now. I don't really see them making that up. I still think they're a wild card team, but I still think the Pats take the AFC East.
Okay. These next couple are very interesting. Or this next one. The next take. Kyler Murray has played his last snaps with the Arizona Cardinals.
Damn. That's crazy to think about.
Take, man.
Let me just say one thing real quick. They bet I mean, they put him on the IR, but they chose to go with Jacoby Brissett over him, and he sucked this week. Like, sucked.
Yeah, but Brissett's been solid. He's been better. Dude, Kyler was not good this year. Kyler
No,
was
I
not
know. If he's on the IR, he needs 4 more weeks. I'm gonna sell it because I think he comes back to finish the last couple weeks of the season. But after the season ends, I think he's gonna be on a different team by the start of next season. I just doesn't sound like they're in a good spot between him and the front office.
He's not a
He's
good
not
leader.
he's not playing good football. He's not a good leader. That's not the type of guy you want, going out and leading your offense every week. I think it's time for the Cardinals to find a new guy. I think he comes in at the end of the year and, plays the last couple of games, but as of right now, obviously he's not. I don't think he's their guy. So I'm gonna sell it, but
This is best case scenario. If you're like the Cardinals and you want to get rid of him, because right now, as it currently stands, from what I'm reading from reporters, nobody wants to take on Kyler's contract just with how he's playing. This is best case scenario. Kyler comes back for the last 4 games. He plays damn near elite football, and then you raise his trade value and you can maybe get rid of him to an idiotic team like the Steelers or something like
he's a
that.
Steeler.
So that's kind of best case scenario. This next one we can kind of gloss over. The Rams are the best team in the NFC.
Yeah, I'm buying it. They're the best team in football right now. I mean, we just touched on it, but like their offense is the best offense in the NFL. What?
Watch your mouth. I'm just kidding. They are 100%. I'm joking. 2 more to go.
Best offense in the NFL. I mean, their defense obviously elite. Pass rush is elite. Secondary still has some questions, I think, a little bit, but they've just been playing the best. They've been the best team in the NFL right now.
This one's interesting. Buy or sell. One of the following coaches will be fired before season's end: Kevin Stefanski, Zach Taylor, or Matt LaFleur.
I don't think LaFleur is going to get fired. The Packers are a likely playoff team.
I put them because, like, let's just say Green Bay finishes the year like 7-8 or like 7-9-1.
Yeah, no, I don't see that happening. I still think they're a playoff team, and if they're a playoff team, he's not going to get fired by year's end.
Yeah, no.
Obviously has some heat on him right now. Who are the other 2 guys? Stefanski and who?
Stefanski and Zach Taylor.
I think Joe Burrow is going to come back and save Zach Taylor's job a little bit.
Completely.
You think he's gone?
Shawn, how much better could the offense be playing with Joe Burrow? Realistically, they're putting up 40 points a game and losing. Like, Joe Flacco's doing perfectly fine. Joe Burrow is not saving this team. They lost to the Jets, bro. They put up 38 points. They lost to the Jets. Justin Fields threw
So why wouldn't he have gotten
50 yards last week?
Why wouldn't he have gotten fired last year then?
No. I'm not even talking about Taylor. I'm just saying you said Burrow could save Taylor. I don't think an offensive piece is saving Taylor. It's not offense.
So do you think Taylor's going to get fired?
I'm asking you. I think Stefanski could get fired.
I don't think he is. I don't really think he's the problem.
People hate Stefanski.
They need a quarterback.
Okay,
their coach is not the problem.
Maybe stop playing Dylan Gabriel then.
Let's start. Shador Sanders is going to be that much better than Dylan Gabriel.
Might as well see what you got. What's
I think
Dylan Gabriel's ceiling? He already hit it.
I don't know. Maybe Shador comes in at some point and saves him, but I don't know.
So
I think
that
which one?
the whole take. One of those three will be fired by the end of the season. Counting like the days where like coaches get fired. You know what I mean? Like those 3 days.
No, yeah, I know.
I'm buying it. That's what
I'm selling.
Okay. And the last take. The Panthers need to move on from Bryce Young after the season.
Buy. I'm gonna say buy because I think they need to, but they're not going to.
Yes, that's Shawn. Beautiful answer, man. Great
Like,
analysis, bro.
bro, we've talked about this before. He has the same stat line every single week.
140.
He puts up
yards,
100
no
something yards, no touchdowns, and a pick.
Can I say something though? Like, obviously, I know what your answer is going to be to this, but just to everybody, like, do you truly think you could win a Super Bowl with Bryce Young?
Oh, you don't win a playoff game with Bryce Young.
I understand the team's not great, but like, come on. Like, the physical tools matter at some point, bro. Like,
I know.
I'm sorry, they do. And I try to analyze quarterbacks fairly, but at the same time, it's like, in my personal opinion, if I'm a Panthers fan watching Bryce Young play, me and Shawn have said this, great, amazing human being. He's not the answer at quarterback for the future. I'd rather take a shot at a guy in the first round this year with bigger physical tools. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I mean,
people are trying to compare Bryce Young to like, oh, he could be the next Baker or Darnold. It's like, dude, those guys are 6'4". They have massive arms and they had way more potential than Bryce Young. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you just talked about it's the physical tools. I mean, I don't know how tall is he? 6 foot, 6'1"?
No, 5'10", 5'11".
He's that tall. Wow.
Yeah, he's
I
like
mean,
height.
yeah, obviously he was incredible in college.
Let me fact check that.
Number 1 pick, but I mean, he just doesn't. He's 5'10".
Yeah, that's small.
I'm taller than him. That's insane.
Me too.
Besides the point though, but I don't know. He doesn't raise their ceiling at all, if I'm being honest. Like,
No.
I watched some of his games and I'm just like, does this guy really have the potential to be that great of a quarterback? You mentioned it before, not the greatest of situations, but it's not like their offensive line is bad. I mean, they have Tedero McMillan too, who's a fun receiver that they just added.
It's already better than Jackson Dart's situation, and Dart looks way better than him.
No doubt. Well, yeah. Dart's a little reckless, but
I'm saying like who looks. I mean, yeah, we'll get into that, but like who looks like they have the higher ceiling? It's not even close.
Yeah, I don't know. Bryce Young does the same thing every week. I don't see the potential there with him. They're not going to move on from him this year just yet. Maybe next year. I mean, he's their number 1 overall pick. They can't just move on from him after year 2, but they should, but they won't.
Year 3. This is his 3rd year. Which is like,
this is his 3rd year. Yeah, you're right.
Which is why I think they could. Because May's in his 2nd year and like all them.
Yeah, I mean, I think they should, but I don't think they will. That's the way I'm going to put it.
I agree. That's going to do it for our buy or sell takes segment. Moving on, just a quick segment here. You guys all saw this. The Giants fired Brian Daboll. Shawn kind of brought up the Jackson Dart thing. I think Brian Daboll is he's a smart football mind offensively, but he makes some reckless decisions as a head coach. He screams at his players. He's running into the medical tent. When Russell Wilson goes in, you can see the body language is an absolute disaster. I understand you want to play a young quarterback, and Jackson Dart was Daboll's guy, so you got to give credit where credit's due. That's a great draft pick, but blowing late leads, the crashing out on the sidelines, the running into the blue medical tent, the body language. I think it was time to move on. I think people are like, oh, what are the Giants doing? It's like, dude, it's not that big of a deal. Like, it's not like they fired like, dude, this guy went 20-40 in his career, and he develops quarterbacks well. That's what he's good at. He's a great offensive mind. Did a good job with Josh Allen, as we saw. But I don't think he's a head coach. I don't think he knows really how to handle himself, to be quite honest with you. But I will say, if they're gonna fire Daboll, they should have fired Joe Shane too, because it's like I think they're a package. I think Shane is hanging on by I don't even know. I was gonna grab something. I don't have like a string, but yeah, that's kind of the position that's kind of my opinion on it. I don't know if you feel the same, Shawn, but
Yeah, he kind of feels like the Mike McDaniel of the NFC, where he's a great offensive mind, obviously. He runs a good offense, but just in terms of like a head coach caliber, he's just you mentioned this term a lot when you're talking about coaches, and I like the way that you put it. You want a leader of men as your head coach, and Dable just doesn't give that vibe. And I mean, same with Mike McDaniel, but not the point. But I mean, I see a lot of similarities, which is funny with Dart and Dable and Josh Allen and Dable because early on in Josh Allen's career, he was super reckless, just running on all over the place, doing basically whatever. And you see Dart doing that too early on in his career. I mean, he's gone to concussion protocol in the blue tent like 4 times already, I think. So, I mean, just not ideal for a rookie quarterback, but
yeah,
I
but
mean,
that's something you got to coach up, especially as we're talking about great offensive mind. Like you got to coach him to
right.
not do that.
I just think it's funny seeing like the similarities between him developing the two quarterbacks and their Josh Allen didn't deal with concussion problems, but just like the recklessness of how they play, I just think it's ironic that both kind of have the same issue.
Yeah, and I agree. Dart looks great, but dude, he's been in concussion protocol 4 times. How many weeks has he played? Like 8. Like that's bad. Like you need to take care of yourself. Coaching as well, like is a big part of that. Just learning how to slide, learning how to, just and Drake May struggles with this too. He doesn't put himself in as bad a situations as Dart because Dart literally tries to
Dart literally dives headfirst, like
tries and
everything, bro.
yeah, him and Cam Scadaboo's heads are not going to be good after football. But um, also the
Cam's
thing
already aren't or
this
isn't.
this isn't anything to do with like football really, but I don't like how Dart carries himself as a rookie. I think he's kind of cocky, like with Josh and Drake. I think they were way more humble. I'm comparing it to Josh because Josh was with Dable. This is Brian Dable segment. I don't like the way that Dart carried himself. I just don't think uh Dable cared. I think he's like, dude, I got my
Just do
quarterback.
whatever you
Do
want.
whatever you want. I don't care.
Yeah.
Which is back to the reckless thing. But uh
He
it's
shouldn't
gonna be
I feel like he
interesting.
didn't have control of them.
No,
They were
I
just kind of
agree.
out of
They were just kind of running
whack.
around and doing stuff. But
Like there was that interview where Dable was being interviewed and there was like in the background Scadaboo was like
scream.
screaming his head off and he's like, yeah, he does that sometimes. It's just I don't know. It doesn't feel like they have structure there.
I agree. But I will say the options that they've been throwing out there for the next coach, it's like you're doing
Is
the
he
same
better?
thing. You're getting another offense like Cliff Kingsbury and some of these guys, like even like Steve Spagnuolo. It's like, dude, these guys are coordinators. Like I think the Giants need to find. I think the Giants should go to college and look for Jackson Dart's maybe coach at Ole Miss. But they like I'm talking about maybe a new coordinator, like not like a Josh McDaniels or a Cliff Kingsbury. These guys are offensive minded guys. We see how good Josh McDaniels is as a coordinator and how poor he is as a head coach. It's a huge difference. Um, but and I've also seen of course I'm drawing a blank on the Chargers defensive coordinator. He's of course I'm drawing.
Oh, Jesse Minter.
Yes, I've seen him. I that's an option that I like. His first time head coach. Um, but some of the options that they're throwing out there like are guys that have just truly been poor NFL head coaches. Um, not really leaders of men. They're more coordinators. But on to the last segment of the show, our Thursday night football prediction, because me and Shawn are going to do our pick 'em for Sunday, either Friday or Saturday, um, or tomorrow night after the game. We'll let
Actually,
you guys.
probably likely tomorrow night after
Yeah,
the game.
okay, that's perfect. Well, but of course, I'm not doing it during the Pats game. Like, we're not doing that. I could be in a really bad mood if the Pats lose. Uh,
We might have to skip this one if the Pats lose tomorrow somehow.
all seriousness though, and taking all bias out, I literally don't think there's a shot the Pats lose. I've been doing a lot of film review, a lot of watching a lot of pregame stuff. Shawn, do you know who the Jets receiving core is this week by chance?
I mean, you said AD Mitchell was their number one at one point. Is
It's
Alan Lazard there or is he hurt?
hold on, just give me a second. You
Josh
can
Reynolds.
talk about your analysis for this game. I want to find this, so you can start off.
Yeah, I mean, I think the Patriots are going to blow them out. Um, I don't think Brees Hall is gonna have a great game. I was kind of joking when I said that earlier. Um,
He
he's kind of the only thing you need to game plan for.
yeah.
And the Patriots' run defense is already elite. And if you mix that with him being the main focal point of what they scheme around, I just think he's going to be completely bottled up all game. And then when you have to resort to the pass game with Justin Fields and the receivers that Matt is about to mention, it's not going to go well. And then obviously their defense isn't great, and the Patriots' offense has been playing outstanding. So I think it's going to go very poorly for the Jets.
Okay. So I'm just going to talk about receivers here. Garrett Wilson, as we know, not playing, and we're going to get into the true analysis. I just wanted to throw this out there to Shawn. I found this out today, and it's pretty bad. So Mason Taylor has 30 receptions for 246 yards, but he's a tight end. Their number one receiver in yards is Tyler Johnson. He has 10 catches for 187 yards. And then Isaiah Davis, running back, has 15 for 118. Josh Reynolds has 11 for 101. Arian Smith has 6 for 47. Alan Lazard has 7 for 45. I'm not going to lie. This might be the worst receiving core like in NFL history. Like just to go into a game, besides like maybe like the Saints last year when like Olave was hurt. But dude, like I genuinely like don't think Gonzalez should let up a catch this game. Like I don't. Um, like, and I'm trying to I'm trying to find ways for the Pats to be like, oh, trap division game, which obviously they all are. Dude, Justin Fields is like horrible pocket presence. I think Milton Williams is going to cause nightmares for him. They give up the most pressure and sack rate. I think they give up the highest sack rate. A lot of that has to do with Justin Fields being reckless in the pocket. Brees Hall had a 42-yard catch last week. I believe besides that, Justin Fields had 12 passing yards. So there's nothing to really game plan for in this offense, and their defense is now Sauce Gardner and Quinton Williams are without both of them. And you're going against Justin Fields. They actually haven't even announced Justin Fields as a starter yet, by the way, because Aaron Glenn wants to wait till game day to do that. It's just weird. But Brees Hall, good player. I think he could have some catches out of the backfield. And I'm trying to be unbiased, but if the Pats even go up 10-0 in this game, I can't even see a world where the Jets come back from that. Like they don't have enough firepower on offense to come back from that. I think if the Jets want any chance at this game, they got to catch the Pats sleeping and go up like 10-0, which I cannot see that happening. It's going to be cold. Gillette's going to be loud. The crowd is back into it. Justin Fields, I see a couple turnovers tomorrow, whether it's fumbles. I know Fields doesn't throw a lot of picks because he
Doesn't matter. He throws the ball 10 times a game.
Yeah, and it's all check downs. But I think the Jets also have like the second highest 3-and-out rate in the NFL, which I actually the first was I think is Denver, by the way. I'm not kidding. I believe.
Are you
Denver's
serious?
Yes. I'm actually gonna look that up too. But there's nothing for the Patriots to game plan for and be worried about. The passing attack. If Justin Fields throws for over 150 yards tomorrow, I'll be genuinely shocked. But the Pats, Drake May should have a great game. I think Stephon Diggs is gonna have a huge game. We're missing Ramondre, missing Austin Hooper, missing Kayshon Boutte, missing Christian Ellis. If this was a tougher opponent, I think some of those guys would play. And it's a short week. Get to see the beautiful, beautiful nor'easter jerseys tomorrow. Can't wait to see that. But nonetheless, the Pats should handle business tomorrow night, and they should cover the spread of 12.5. That might be the highest they've been favored in 8 years.
Matt, if you're a member of the New York Jets right now, how do you have any sort of faith heading into this game? Like an out, like I know you keep saying like it's like a divisional trap, like whatever. Like, how do you have a smidge of hope for this game? like less than 1% of hope. Like I just don't think you can have any.
No, I'm sorry. I'm trying to find this real quick. The 3-and-out thing, because I want to fact check that. Yeah, I don't really know where to find it, but I heard it on a thing. Who has the most?
You got it, bro.
Who has the most 3-and-outs in the NFL?
I'm not sure Google AI is going to be able to give you that answer.
I'm clicking on websites and it's not giving it to me, unfortunately. It's giving me defense, but nonetheless, back to this game. We're doing predictions. It's obviously the Pats, in my opinion. The Pats should win. They should cover the spread if they don't shoot themselves in the foot. They're miles more talented than this team, and they should move on to 9-2 tomorrow against the Jets. And I'm sure Shawn.
Yeah, it's the Pats. I mean, I think they cover the spread.
I don't
8.5 easily.
I don't want to bore you guys and like talk too much about it. Like, oh, this could happen. This could happen. It's like, dude,
They might win this game by 30.
The Pats just play like I could see a world where the Pats go up by like 28 points in like the second quarter, but I don't want to jump too far ahead. But again, like, what are the Jets going to do on offense? Like, Tyler Johnson on Christian Gonzalez. Like, are we serious right now? Like, good Lord. I think Mason Taylor could have some catches because we're not great at covering tight ends, but Tyler Johnson on Christian Gonzalez and Alan Lazard and Carlton Davis straps. Like, they're not doing anything. I saw a thing. Literally, the Pats should put 8 guys in the box and just let your guys cover man on man. Like, stack 8
No,
guys.
literally, bro.
Like, bro, force Justin Fields to throw the ball on your cornerbacks because the Jets might run the ball like 50 times this game. I saw a thing. It said, even if the Pats are up by like 30, the Jets still might just keep running the ball because they don't trust their pass attack. And it's like, I'd honestly I think I would rather Fields start over Tyrod Taylor because as bad as Tyrod is, he gives you a little bit more in the air, but
a little bit.
The receivers are so bad that I don't know. I'm not too worried about it. But yeah, give me the Pats tomorrow night.
Yeah, but they're keeping you on your heels, bro. They want to announce their starter.
Oh, it's like, dude, we gotta get. They're acting like we gotta.
Where are we gonna play?
We gotta pick between Mahomes and Allen to game plan for. Jesus, dude. But yeah, that's gonna do it for episode. What's this? 8 episode? No, episode 7 of the Monday Morning Quarterback Show. Again, make sure to drop a subscription for us. Make sure to go follow us on TikTok. By the way, we post clips of us if you guys don't want to, watch the entire episode. If you guys want to see the main parts, but again, we really appreciate you guys. We're having such a good time doing this, and we're gonna try to keep pumping out content for you guys. Me and Shawn, in about actually tomorrow will mark the 1-month date. Me and Shawn are actually gonna be meeting up in person for a couple of days, watching some football together. So we'll get some content out there for you guys then.
Pats Bills game weekend, baby.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
That's gonna be a big one.
Could be a big one, but we also could be up by like 3 games at that point. But, yeah, no. Again, make sure to go follow Shawn on all his socials on TikTok and Twitter, and me as well. Make sure to drop a follow on our TikTok for this podcast and subscribe to the YouTube channel. And we will see you guys either tomorrow night or Friday night.